Welcome back to the show, everybody. It is March Madness. We are looking at 47 cent plus XRP. If we continue to hold this and move up, we can have some real conversations about hitting all new all-time highs, for 2021 and XRP. We'll get into it. The Fed and digital dollar news, we need to talk about it. There is a very real catalyst out here that does not get talked about much in this crypto space that I believe, in my opinion, will really make crypto the next .com era. There's no question about it. And MoneyGram deal ends with Ripple. But yet now there's breaking news about CurrencyCloud, Ripple partner. Let's just roll a beautiful intro and get into this. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at Backup Bradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here. As promised, I try to help all of you that buy .cryptos on unstoppable domains, and they are running March Madness right now, and they are offering in the next 2 to 3 hours, about 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time, you will be able for the first time have access to these incredible domain names: vacations.crypto, tickets.crypto, Maui.crypto, and it goes on and on and on. And they're not all $100,000. You come down here and you can see $2,000, Rome, Cottage, right? Ranch.crypto, and then $1,000 ones, Hall.crypto, Vacancy, Lodges.crypto. It goes on and on and on. Maui, Hawaii is only $1,000. So obviously there is an incredible deals going on right now. Make sure you check that out with the link in the description box. Let me shout out a couple people right now who have some names that, like I said, you send me in a DM some of the .cryptos you have. I will make a point to try to at least shout a couple of your domains out for you. This one comes from John Kevin Mew, and he has several, but I'm just going to pick a couple. He has bullioncustodian.com. Now, he actually has the .com on that, and he has institutionalcustody.com as well. So shout out to John Kevin Mew on that. And the .crypto world, we have Big Skinny, who has Margaritaville.crypto. How about that? And Amtrak.crypto. You can reach all of them on Twitter if you are interested in those domains. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. I told you I'd help you guys, and I'm going to continue to. And let's see, XRP USD price right now will test 65 cents. This is from Michael Val 5 Links, and could set a 2021 high record during the week. Ripple's relative strength index is showing strong buy signals at 72%. Not financial advice on this channel, just coming from the article here. So XRP USD price prediction shows bulls prepare for a XRP USD all-time high, which, hey, bring it on. I'll take it. And that obviously sets the conversation and the tone for us to really start talking about pushing to $1, and then some of these other price prediction calls we've heard over the next couple months, which could take us to $10 to $13. Who knows, right? What I do know is that every time we seem to get what we perceive as bad news, the price strengthens. It goes up or it strengthens. It's just really remarkable. We hear about MoneyGram winding down. The price is pushing again a little bit. It's pretty incredible. All right. So at any rate, let's come down here. I do want to get to the long and short of it for you here, so you know I've read the article. XRP USD price has been trading within a consolidated channel for a better part of 2021. The coin has been attempting to challenge the 70-cent range price zone and has met multiple resistance. If the bulls manage to challenge this price level, the digital asset will likely begin a bull run towards a new all-time high. That's what we're talking about. We'll have more on price and technical analysis maybe tomorrow. We'll keep a lookout for that. This is important because look at this. This is CNBC. And guess what they're talking about in here? Why central banks want to get into digital currencies. And it came out 4 days ago. Listen to this little clip here, what they say. Let me just wheel this, make sure I've got the right time on this marked. I do. And let's go right here. We go.
We are very much still in the research phase of this, and I think it's going to take at least a few more years of research to really sort through some of these problems. Our plans are to release our first prototype as open source code this upcoming summer of 2021, and along with that, a white paper which describes a lot about what we've learned.
On February 24th, 2021, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said the U.S. central bank will engage with the public on the digital dollar this year.
This is going to be the year in which we engage with the public pretty actively. We have a functioning financial system and a banking system. We need to be careful with our design of the digital dollar that we don't create something that will undermine that very healthy market-based function.
That is a very great point, but it is happening faster than we realize. Listen to this gentleman who's getting ready to speak.
I think it's going to happen sooner than that. And the reason is because of this competitive challenge from China and
we've talked about how China is business pressure. It's incentive on the rest of the world to release sooner than they intend to, because we cannot afford to let that country and their government, more importantly, be the leader of the fourth industrial revolution.
Also, this rapidly growing cryptocurrency space and the fact that we are in a pandemic still. And I think you're starting to see ideas like universal basic income and stimulus payments become a more regular feature of our economy.
Well said. There's no doubt about it. This is on CNBC, not a podcaster, not a crypto YouTuber like myself. CNBC. That's where that was. And guess what? Here's one of those big catalysts that I've talked about plenty on this channel. And shout out to Cryptopolis, who is now Macro Trader on Twitter. The bond sell-off gives a taste of things to come as the markets shift. I want to remind you right now, the bond market behind the monetary system is the backbone of the monetary system. Losing credibility and faith and confidence in the bond market is a devastating thing to see happen. So this could be a huge catalyst pushing us not only towards CBDCs and tokenizing them and reinvigorating the bond market and tokenizing them and getting them on a ledger, but also the notion of understanding that people are going to want to move from the bond market as investment holds and find another place to hedge. Here it says here, you can see bond sell-off is a foretaste of things to come. It says also for many in bond markets, the sell-off across fixed income assets since the start of the year might appear as a bracing for foretest of things to come. Markets are undergoing a pivotal shift where the extraordinary support from central banks was a key driver for markets over the past 9 months. They're admitting to you that the market was propped up by central banks. Economic fundamentals will take the lead this year. A bond market repricing sits at the nexus of this transaction. Well, it sounds like to me that the central banks, the Fed, are not going to be there as much. They're going to allow the bond market to reprice a bit, which price in the lack of support here and start to let what is this hurt start to happen. The repricing has already begun. Long-term U.S. government bonds have lost more than 12% this year amid rising volatility in fixed income markets. Stronger fiscal stimulus in the U.S. is weighing heavily on the bond market. This is an enormous catalyst towards people looking to hedge, whether it be into metals or whether it be into fintech, picks and shovels, or whether it be into crypto. Right? And look, that's why I'm trying to tell you guys too, if you have not gone and signed up for the Link 2 conference, the global conference that they're having today and tomorrow, go register for that conference on link2.com. It is incredible, and they are a great group of people. Make sure you do that. Okay, now moving on quickly here. This is setting the tone for what we're going to move through today. So let's go ahead, as well as what we've seen, to set the tone for what crypto's backdrop is. And it is obvious to me that something has to happen. There has to be a key pivotal shift when it comes to moving to a new digital financial system. And I believe in large part, it has to be synchronized. Now, this is here. It just shows you how long this has been going on. This is a clip from the one and only Hall of Famer, I Am Legion. Listen to this.
Central bank money. So we at Banco Santander and 15 other financial institutions, Credit Suisse, UBS in Switzerland, KBC, ING, Commerzbank, Santander, Eurozone, Barclays, Lloyds, Pounds, Bank of New York, Mellon, State Street, NASDAQ, Dollars, CIBC, Canadian Dollars, MUFG, Mizuho, SMBC, Japanese Yen. 15 banks have been working on creating central bank digital currency as a consortium for the last 3.5 years. I've been working on this for 3.5 years. Quietly, the central banks had said to us, shh, say nothing. And then our friends at Facebook announced Libra, and all of a sudden, thank you, by the way, because we were allowed to talk about what we've been doing.
And that's a key point to understand how long it has been going on behind the curtain. What they've been working on is central bank digital currencies, and whether they use them in some instances in a wholesale setting or whether they actually use them on the retail side as well. But we also know that we got this past week that is official. Ripple pilots a private ledger for central banks so they can launch their central bank digital currencies. And we see the disruption has been here for a long time when it comes to what Ripple and other companies are doing out here. Listen and stay with me here.
The old traditional players, I call the banks, which are the payment service providers traditionally, they are the old traditional players. Of course, they have a business line in the payments, and they try to keep this business line. And we have heard how TransferWise, how Revolut, how Ripple, or other PayPal, they destroy the old business lines of the players.
And that's really what this comes down to, is that you have a lot of the old legacy companies, corporations, sophisticated financial institutions and banks that don't want to see this new system move in with these non-bank companies, payment providers that are going to come in and basically water down their profits in a great degree, because this can eliminate so many intermediaries in the course of a transaction or the path of a transaction. Here's another person who is saying this, Paul Francis Walvick, who actually just recently left Joint and NetGroups and has gone to start this month at Senior VP of Payments International Sales at MasterCard. Congratulations to him and his new gig. But listen to what he says here about Ripple as well.
It's going to be an interesting journey, and we're going to work together, right? Infrastructure providers, Uber, Ripple, we're all going to work together on making this happen. But I think the vision of instant payments being cash substitution is excellent, and it's a real cultural driver for change.
Absolutely well said. No wonder he's got the gig at MasterCard now. Now we have some breaking news here that CurrencyCloud, RippleNet Ripple partner, has partnered with 42 Wealth Company to begin facilitating cross-border payments. Now, look, this is very exciting, okay? Because we know that it's interesting to me that Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple had just announced yesterday that they are untying their relationship with MoneyGram. Really? So they're untying and ending their relationship with MoneyGram, and you have to wonder, if they're doing that, then what is that about? Where is this going? Are they going to partner with someone bigger? Because the reality is that RippleNet is partnered with CurrencyCloud, and CurrencyCloud is also partnered with Visa. So we could see that right here. Visa and CurrencyCloud partner to drive new cross-border payments and travel payments experience. But let's get back to the article so we don't get too far away from it. But the reality is Ripple, CurrencyCloud, and Visa are all connected. Might we be seeing something new developing here? Because I do believe that the MoneyGram deal was in fact a test. Let's go ahead and look at this right now. Major B2B providers, payment solutions, and RippleNet customer CurrencyCloud has inked a partnership with 42 Wealth, a wealth tech company headquartered in the UK. Is the location key about this in this deal? CurrencyCloud will help 42 Wealth launch transnational payments in various global currencies. It says here, CurrencyCloud will help WealthTech 42 Wealth's customers conduct payments that involve multiple currencies around the globe using its CurrencyCloud Spark service. What? The article cites a press release that states that as a result of strategic partnership, 42's clients will not will be able to not only transfer payments in major global currencies, but also virtual IBANs using CurrencyCloud Spark. Well, I had to Google it. You know I did. And it says right here, CurrencyCloud Spark integrates international and local clearing into payments and FX platform. You don't say. Enabling you to build the international banking experience your customers deserve. Unlike the other banking service providers, Spark works in the background while you own the customer relationship and user experience. They are not referencing Spark tokens. It is their platform called CurrencyCloud Spark that they are referencing for clarity here. I just want to be clear. But okay, so we know CurrencyCloud, Visa are tied in. We know that CurrencyCloud is a RippleNet partner. We know that CurrencyCloud is now working for Fortu, and they're basically putting forth a FX settlement back end for them and their customer base without being on the front side of it. What's interesting about that to me is I played this clip earlier today, and this is when we were, and it's going to do it again. Let me open this up from this side 1 second. But I played this clip. And what we're talking about here is the idea that RippleNet MoneyGram deal was in fact a test. And it really was. It was a chance not only for them to show in a live test example, this is what we can do. And I believe that's why you didn't see it ramp up any further than it actually did. Because I think it's about more than just remittances. Listen to this.
Such an incredible win-win. Yeah. And the biggest thing for us is that it means that we have effectively an unlimited source of volume for on-demand liquidity transactions, and we have a motivated customer. So, and to be honest, it took us a while to get it right. It's been kind of a bumpy road, and it's nice to have somebody who can provide you as much volume as you can handle, so you can test easily and without having.
So you can test easily.
And someone who's got some patience and understanding. And the road's gotten a lot less bumpy recently. Real-time applications. And now it's just a matter of ramping up volume. Which really didn't take place to the degree that we all expected. So one has to wonder if the ramping up volume involves now taking that test away, right, from the remittance market and moving it somewhere else. Yeah. Oh, this is the most interesting thing I have ever followed in my life. I tell you that. Here is another clip I wanted to play for you of Gary Gensler from Real XRP Boy here to finish things out. And I want to play this because it absolutely aligns exactly with what Brad Garlinghouse said back on on an earlier clip, but that we showed a couple days ago. Let me just play this clip for you now. Here we go.
Technology has already today an ability to do final settlement on two different blockchains, and do movement on the two ledgers simultaneously, called atomic swaps, not to be confused with swaps like derivatives. But those atomic swaps, which are at a nascent stage now, could be used by two central banks. The U.S. Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the European Central Bank could decide you could do final settlement on both ledgers simultaneously using that technology. I don't see it anytime soon, but the technology does facilitate settlement on two different ledgers simultaneously.
Well, I think we can all help with that, because I think he's well aware, as we are well aware, that that's exactly what he described was the XRP ledger, didn't he? And matter of fact, let me just go ahead and let Brad Garlinghouse say it, because he says it best right here in this clip. This is from a conference some time ago. Listen to this.
Private temporary blockchain between two banks. It's cryptographically signing the transaction, holding it in escrow, and releasing it at the same time. So you never have a situation where a transaction doesn't complete.
I think we're only down to one thing at this point. Gary Gensler can describe it. Brad Garlinghouse describes it. We're talking about the XRP token and the XRP ledger and the ability to connect these other ledgers with the interoperability to have this atomic settlement or swap that they talk about and make this happen. The only question left now is is, do they want to call it a security while we use it, or do they want to call it a currency? I really don't care what they call it, as long as they use it and we can still buy, hold, trade, and sell it. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, and share with somebody you know. Things are getting very, very interesting in this space. Make sure you check out all the links in the description box. It is March Madness, and the comments section. There's some really great links and products and services that I use each and every day. And more importantly, they are trusted, vetted links. I'll catch you on the next one.